say it's champagne. Birthday Diana, singing and dancing all in the rain. Ooh, I just want to turn around, get inside, sway yourself to the right now.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna be telling y'all about my pregnancy journey. Basically, I'm gonna tell y'all from the beginning, giving birth and the delivery process, the everything. So we gonna get straight into the video. We ain't even gonna play around with it. Let's get straight into the video. By the way, these bundles, as y'all can see, I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I had this wig. This is a wig, and I've had it for a year and a half now. It's a frontal. It's a frontal. Had it for a year and a half, and this is the hair that I sell. Bonita Bundles Hair Co. The link will always be in the description, so go check it out. Can you have me water? You so handsome, with your little black self. I got pregnant in March of 2018. Yes, March 2018. I was at home or whatever, and I had like a couple pregnancy tests just in the drawer at home. So I had missed my period probably by like 5 or 6 days, and so excuse me, I'm a little parched. And then like some good cold water. But I had missed my period by 6 days. So I was like, let me just take it just to see it, whatever. Because sometimes, you know, as women, our periods be irregular. It be off sometimes. Sometimes you might come on 6 days early, 6 days late, whatever. So I had missed it by 6 days. But I wasn't really scared because I'm like, I could just be a little late. It could be changing again or whatever the case may be. So excuse this light beaming on my forehead. My forehead is huge, but the light ain't got to be beaming on it like that, showing y'all how huge it is. Let me do that. So anyways, yeah, no, that's uncomfortable. But so I was like, let me take a pregnancy test. So I ended up taking one. But let me go back. My boyfriend had wanted a baby anyways. So I was taking one. Like I took one like 2 months before that each month, and it always said negative. But I would hide the pregnancy tests like inside of a bag and took it to work and threw it away, or threw it away outside in a dumpster so that he wouldn't see it and get disappointed. So I would say she was planned by him, not necessarily by me, because I wasn't really ready for a baby as yesterday. Like I still was like, oh, I can wait a little bit longer. I ain't really ready, but he was really, really ready for a baby, and he really wanted a baby. So I would hide them and throw them away. So this particular day, I ended up waking up and I took it. No, I don't know if I woke up and took it or I took it in the middle of the day. I'm not really for sure. But I took it, and then I looked at it, and the line wasn't no line there. So I was like, okay, whatever. I ain't pregnant again. So I threw it in my purse, and I was like, I'll throw it away at work. So got to work, and one of my regular clients was there. I was doing her hair or whatever. And I was like, I went to my purse to get something out. It was only God this time, because I'd have never known had I threw this away. But I got to work, whatever, and something told me to go in my purse. So I went to my purse, and I was like, I was like, I pulled it out and was like, yeah, and this pregnancy test. And I looked at it, and I was like, is this line faint? And I actually still have the pregnancy test, so I'm going to insert a picture of it. I still got all my pregnancy tests from with her. But I was like, is this line faint? So I went over and showed my client, and she was like, you about to have a baby. I'm like, my heart just like dropped. I'm like, is you serious? Like, so I looked at it again and was like, wow. I just sat there for a minute. So I was like, I got another one at home. I'm gonna take it as soon as I get home. She was like, well, make sure you take it with morning pee. Soon as I got up, luckily he had to be to work early that week. I don't know what it was for, but his normal hours is like afternoon hours, but it just so happened to work out. He had to be to work in the morning, so that was perfect for me to get up, you know, use the morning pee to take the test or whatever. So I woke up soon as he left. Like, I was anxious. I don't even think I slept that night. I literally was like really thinking and ready and stuff like that. So I got up and I took it, and the light was still very faint. So I'm like, this line is like so faint, like I can't tell. So girl, I got in the car and went to CVS. We got like a CVS or like a Rite Aid right by my house or whatever. So I went to CVS or Rite Aid, one of those, and got the kind that says it. So the one that says pregnant or not pregnant, which is a clear blue, and I still have that. And I'll insert that one. The words on the clear blue finally not there, but I can actually insert the picture. Excuse me, because after I took a picture of the test. So I got it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take this because they give you two. They give you one that says it, and then they give you another one that has like the lines. So I was like, I'm gonna take the line first and see. And the line was faint, of course, still. So I took that one, and then I took the one that said pregnant or not pregnant, and it said pregnant. So I was like, oh my God, I was like excited. It had so many different emotions running through me. Like I was excited, I was sad, I was everything in one. So yeah, so I ended up calling one of my friends, and I told her, like, you know, the pregnancy test said positive. My client, so I'm gonna go to his car, put some balloons in there with the pregnancy test and all of that. And then I was trying to find, try to set some type of camera up just to get his reaction. I found a little dollar store by my house, and I got the two pink ones put in one balloon, and I got the blue ones put in another balloon. I got the little gift bag, and then I put something in there. I can't really remember what it was. And so as I'm on my way to work, he calls me like, what you doing? And I'm like, nothing, on my way to work or whatever. And he was like, oh, well, I'm at your job. And I'm like, what did you at my job for? He like, well, when I went in, they only needed us to do one thing, and they told us to leave. I'm still getting paid. I'm on the clock, so do your job with you. So I'm like, oh my God, he ruined everything. So I'm like, now I got to figure out how to surprise him another way. I ended up calling my friend that I work with, and I'm like, okay, so Gary is at my job. I explained the story to her, so I'm like, okay, we need to figure it out. So I was like, I'm gonna act like I got these balloons and stuff for you, and you can hand it to him. She was like, okay, we can do that. So I got to work before her, and he was walking in behind me, and he like, what you got balloons for? Luckily, I'm glad I didn't get like no it's a baby balloons or nothing like that. I just got regular color balloons. I think I got a pink balloon and a blue balloon. I can't even remember. But I'm like, because she graduating or whatever, so I got her some balloons. He all like, did she get you some balloons? I'm like, oh, he's so stupid. He worried about the wrong stuff. So we get in there or whatever, me and him, and then she finally walked in, and so I'm like, here, congratulations. And she was like, congratulations, Gary, and handed the stuff to him. He like, what is this? And she like, pop your balloons. So he took something, popped both balloons, and then the pregnancy test flew out. He was like, are you serious? Are you serious? And I was like, yeah, I'm pregnant. He was like, oh my God, so happy. We gave each other a hug and a kiss, and that was it. That's how I told him I was pregnant. So moving along the journey, I thought for sure, well, I didn't know what I was having at first, but then my friend, the one I told you I was pregnant with me, she ended up finding out she was having a girl, because she was like due before me. She was due like 3 weeks before me. So she ended up finding out she was having a girl, but I had none of the symptoms that she had. So I was for sure I was having a boy at one point in time. First I wanted it to be a girl. He really, really wanted a boy, and I really, really wanted a girl. So I was having the symptoms of nothing. I wasn't sick. I had probably threw up like twice, but I don't even think it was pregnancy related. I think that I threw up brushing my teeth or just little crazy stuff. It had nothing to do with pregnancy feeling or symptoms or anything like that. So I had a really good pregnancy all the way up to the end. The only thing that I could say really bothered me the most was my heartburn. I had tremendous heartburn and back problems. My back used to be killing me, okay? So only problems that I really had throughout my pregnancy is back problems and heartburn. Other than that, I had a really smooth pregnancy. I was able to eat what I want. Well, in the beginning, the first 3 months, I didn't really eat much. I wasn't really hungry. I kind of nibbled on food a little, and I didn't eat a lot. But after the 3 months was up, I think I ate everything. Like, I was always eating. I had gained, before pregnancy, I was 119, and I was 160 when I gave birth to her. And then I went down to 135. So I had a wonderful pregnancy. So let's scroll past down to me delivering her. Her due date was December the 8th, and I had her December 9th. So what happened was, the Monday before my delivery, I went in for my regular checkup. My checkups became weekly at this point. So it was a Monday, and I went in for my regular checkup, and she was like, they kept saying like, well, we don't have to check you because we only check you if, you know, basically you feeling pains or anything like that. So she was like, we really don't have to check you unless you want us to. So I was like, yeah, I want you to check me because I want to see how far along I am. I was due that Saturday, and it was only Monday. I had like 6-7 days left. So I'm like, yeah, check me. So she checked me. She was like, you're like 1.5 centimeters dilated. You're not too close to 2. You closer to 1. So I was like, okay, well, by Saturday, my due date, I should be, you know, getting there close to having her. So at this particular time, my boyfriend had applied for another type of job in his same field, which would have been really good for him in his career and stuff like that. So he had to make a really, really huge decision because the training would start the same week of me giving birth. So he had to make a huge decision on him either seeing his baby born or changing his life. So we ended up, he was like, well, we gotta try to get the baby out because, you know, I really want to do this or whatever, but I don't want to miss her being born, so we gotta try to, you know, do stuff. So, you know, we had been doing little stuff at the house, and then I did a little walking. So Saturday, the day of my due date, we got up early. We was like, we're gonna go to the mall. We're gonna go, you know, just do some stuff. So we went to the mall, walked around for about a good 2 hours around the mall. We went to his aunt's house. I was on the bouncing ball. We stayed over there for a good long hours. We even, you know, played like little games, like everybody guessed what she was gonna weigh and when she was gonna come. I ended up being right. I hit it right on the nose, exactly what my daughter would weigh. But the doctor's appointment that I went to ended up telling me that she was almost 9 pounds. So I was like, oh my God. So me and my boyfriend, we would literally watch since the time of pregnancy all the way up until the time she was due. We watched all YouTube videos. We watched every birth there was, all different kinds of birth. And we watched everything. It's like our little thing we would do, just watch little videos just to get updated and stuff. He was a first-time dad. I'm a first-time mom, but not really. I'm a first-time mom of my own child, but I was mom of everybody else's child. Everybody else's child was my child, so I kind of knew what to expect a little. Of course, you don't know until you have your own child. But we went home and we started watching our videos and whatever. So he was just in there like, man, something wrong. We need to go to the hospital. I'm like, boy, you know nothing wrong. Like, we don't need to go to no hospital. He like, something is wrong. I feel it. I'm about to get in the shower and then I need you dressed by the time I get out the shower because we need to go. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm like, I'm just going to let him go ahead and have his time because he been rushing her to come forever. He got in the shower. I had gotten dressed and we went to the hospital. So I'm like, I wasn't irritated, but I was just like, I'm about to be so embarrassed because I know firsthand how women is when they pregnant. They're tired of being pregnant. They don't want to be pregnant no more. So do you know how many women go to the hospital and say they dilated or they baby coming and they not really coming? They just really want you to take the baby out. And that's what I was about to be, one of those women, which I didn't want to be. I was waiting. I was like, I'm fine. When she comes, she's ready to come. I wasn't trying to push it. I wasn't trying to do none of that. But him, he was so anxious and ready. So I'm like, I got to go in here, act like I'm in labor, all of that. So we goes in or whatever, and they like, so as soon as I walk in, I'm all, you know, playing a game, and they like, oh, how, and let me say this, disclaimer, I have the best hospital in the world. I will have every baby at that hospital. They took great freaking care of me and my baby and him. Like, they took excellent care of me. But anyways, they was like, how far along are you? And I'm like, 40 weeks in a day. And they like, oh. So they started just rushing, giving me the wheelchair. I'm like, well, you know, we gotta wait on him. So he went to go park the car, and then he came in after me. Took us in there, took us in the room. They're like, we're gonna check you. Now, I forgot to say this. I did have a complication with her throughout my pregnancy. When I went for like the 3rd or 4th ultrasound, my umbilical cord ended up producing only 2 vessels instead of 3. Any regular pregnancy has 3 vessels, and I only had 2. And I think it goes where it's 2 feeding the baby and 1 coming from the baby. And I only had 2, 1 feeding the baby and 1 coming from the baby. So that was something they had kept watch on. The complications of that would be me having a small baby. So my baby will be smaller than, you know, normal babies that come out full term. So I had kept watch. They was keeping watch of that. So I was on the NSA like every week, which is a non-stress test. So they had me on that. So when I got to the hospital and they put my record or whatever, and they was like, okay, so you got this. So, you know, we're going to put you on a monitor and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we got in there, and then they was like, you know, your heart rate keep dropping. The baby heart rate keep dropping really low, but it shoots right back up and within a second. But, you know, so we just going to keep monitoring you. So they had came in there and checked me. Comment down below how many centimeters dilated y'all think they said. She was like, you're 1.5 centimeters. I'm like, that's exactly where I was Monday when she checked me. So I knew I wasn't ready to go in the hospital. So she ended up leaving. She was like, well, you know what I'm saying, you can stay here and we can keep you on a monitor just in case anything changes, or you can go home and come back. So I was like, we'll just go. Me and him was like, yeah, we'll just go home and come back, because she's nowhere near ready to come. I think you got to be at least 6 to get admitted, or at least 3 or 6 to get admitted. And I wasn't at either, so it didn't make no difference. So they was like, I was like, you know, we'll just go home or whatever, because there's no point of us just sitting here. We'll be here for 2-3 days waiting on her, if longer, to come. So she walked out or whatever. And as soon as she walked out, me and him were just going in on each other like, man, I told you. He was like, man, I thought she was ready. You know, we were just talking junk or whatever. So she ended up coming back. Well, they called my doctor. They called him, and he came in. And he was like, you know, you said you wanted to go home, but we gonna go against our better judgment and keep you here for testing. So we gonna keep you until 7 in the morning, because it was like 2 at the time, 2 a.m. And we gonna keep you here to 7, and we gonna let you know if we gonna induce you or not. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they set us up with a nice little room. It was real nice, like TV. I was in the bed. He had his own little bed on the side. He was all comfortable, everything. So they ended up coming in at 7, about like close to 7, was like, so we're gonna just go ahead and induce your labor, because you know, her heart rate kept dropping really low and shooting back up, and we just don't want to take no chances, so we just gonna go ahead and induce you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So they started telling me the different ways that they can induce my labor, and they was saying, like, by her being stressed, they didn't want to give me the Pitocin. I think that's what it's called, when I guess they give you some type of medicine. They didn't want to give me none of the main things that people use to induce your labor. They wanted to do the Foley ball, which is the last on the list. And so I'm all right, whatever. So at the time, me and my boyfriend, but before I went in, we was kind of arguing, like, not arguing, but I was just like, I know I ain't ready to have her, and this and that and this and that. And he was like, yes, you is. So after that, after the doctor left out, he was like, see, I told you, I knew, I called it. So he started texting the entire family, like, it's baby time. So I'm like, babe, stop texting everybody. I'm like, I can be in labor for days. Like, just because they about to induce me don't mean I'm about to have her right away. So after he did that, everybody was literally on their way there. So it was about 9 o'clock. They put me in another room, which is the same room that I would deliver in. They rolled me to that room, and they started preparing for the Foley ball. I think they were trying to get fluids in me and stuff first. So they did my IV, and they started getting the fluids in me and all that. So they came in, and this experience was horrible, but not absolutely horrible. But let me tell you, I anticipated birth the entire 10 months I was pregnant. Like, I am very low tolerance when it comes to pain. I do not like pain. I watch epidurals, I watch C-sections and everything. So I was just like, man, I'm praying I don't have to have a C-section, but I'm praying it don't hurt when I push her out. I kind of wanted to do it natural. I kind of didn't want to do it natural. I was all over the place with that. So after they came in, the doctor was like, you know, we got a student here. Do you mind if we let her, you know, put your Foley ball in or whatever? I'm like, no, it's fine. You know, I'm okay, because if anything happened, I'm suing y'all. It's like, no. But they was like, do you mind her? So she Ended up putting the Foley ball in. That mess hurted. You hear me? It was painful. I was squeezing the entire mess out of Gary's hand. Put it in, and I guess once they blow it up, they kind of pull on it to make sure it's like kind of tight and gonna open it. So what the Foley ball is, it's like a balloon that they put inside you, blow it up, and they pull on it every couple hours so my cervix can open up. So when she pulled on it, I was like, the whole Foley ball came out, which means she did it wrong, which means they had to do it again. I was pissed. The doctor ended up doing it. My actual doctor, he ended up doing it this time. And as he was doing it, he broke my water. But I didn't feel anything. I don't know what they had like under me, because I didn't feel it like slide down my butt or anything. So I was like, Gary was like, did your water just break? And the doctor was like, yeah, it did. I'm like, really? Let me see. So they put the mirror over so I can see. I'm so weird. Don't ask me, because I just like to see everything. They put it over so I can see. And I'm like, why is it green? It was like, she had a bowel movement in you. So I had heard, I don't know how true this is, so don't mark my words, but I had heard that if a baby have a bowel movement in you, you can die. When I heard that, I got kind of scared. And I look over at Gary, he like, I'm like, they're like, sir, you okay? Do you need to sit down? He like, yeah. So he's sitting there, I'm like, I know one thing, I'm going through all this pain over here, and you over here fainting, you need to get up. And he was like, they was like, here, they gave him a rag and everything. He was like, I need to step outside. So he stepped outside or whatever. And the doctor finished putting my Foley ball in. This time he got it in. They pulled on it. I was like, ah! So as one of the doctors was down there pulling on the Foley ball so they can tape it to my leg, the other one was putting the monitor on my stomach to get, put her back, keep her heartbeat or whatever. And she just keep moving the monitor around, and she just like, okay, I can't find heartbeat. So immediately I'm getting scared. So they like, turn over. So I turn to my right, no heartbeat. Turn to my left, no heartbeat. They're like, we need you to turn around and get on all fours. So now at this time, the Foley ball is just hanging out of me a little bit, and they didn't get to tape it to my leg. They got the piece hanging on my leg because, they was about to tape it down. They told me to turn on all fours, and they gave me a gas mask, and I immediately started crying. And they was like, they was still trying to find a heartbeat, and they couldn't find it. And they was like, well, we're going to have to rush you to emergency C-section. And I was just like, I'm in my head like, oh my God, I was just praying, and I'm just like, Lord, please let everything be okay. Gary wasn't even in there at the time that they told me. He was in the hallway on the phone. I think he was, on the phone with his brother, because people had already got there, because it was only like a midst of 30 minutes before him telling everybody that I was about to have a baby. And he was like, they was like, we're going to have to get emergency session. So they had me like sign this paper. And then Gary came in. He was scared because he like, what's going on? He saw all the doctors running in and everything, because, they called it on something. I don't know what they did, but all the doctors started rushing in. And then Gary came in like, what's going on? And they was like, well, we're going to have to get you suited up, and you're going to have to meet her in the delivery room, well, in the OR. So they put me on the bed. He gave me a kiss, and then they rolled me to the OR. So they ended up giving me the shot in my baby. The whole time I was like, I stopped crying. All I thought about was like my friend, this girl I know, she had like 6 kids, and her last 4, she had to have C-section. She was like, they always tell you, I want you to know that we're going to save the baby before we save you. And that's all that kept running through my head. Like, what if I get up off this table? What if I don't get up off this table? Like, what if I leave my daughter without a mom? Like, I was so scared. Like, that was probably the most scared I've ever been in my entire life. And so, they set me up to give me the epidural in my back, which wasn't painful at all. Like that, I was anticipating that a lot, and I don't think it was painful. I ended up laying down, and then they brought Gary in, and I had tears running down my face. I was so ugly. You hear me? Ugly. So I'm insert a clip of me when I was right after I gave birth with me and him and her. And so me and him was just talking, and he was like, wow, this is really real. And I'm like, yeah, we about to have a baby. So they was like, you're not going to feel anything. And so right before she started cutting me, I'm like, you sure I'm not going to feel nothing? They was like, yes, we're sure. and I felt them cut me open, but I did not feel it. It was like you could feel somebody touching you. It felt like a touch. That's exactly what it felt like. It felt like somebody was just doing like this, but no pain. So I felt that, and that's all I felt. Like after that, I didn't feel anything else. So I'm assuming it was just opening me up, moving organs around. And it was like, you are going to feel like an elephant is on your chest. And that means we're pulling her out. So when they started getting there, it was like, they yelled out like, okay, you're going to feel some pressure on your chest. And I looked over at Gary, and I just felt it was just like a wind was knocked out of me a little bit. And I looked over at Gary, and then I started crying, and then he started crying. And then they poured her out, and she just was crying so loud. I mean, so quick. She was crying so loud, and me and him just was crying. And then I was like, the first thing I said, comment down below what y'all think the first thing I asked when they broke my daughter out of me. Comment down below what y'all think I said. When they poured her out, the first thing I said was, do she got a lot of hair? It was like, yes, a head full of hair. I was like, okay, because that heartburn had to be worth it, okay? Because that heartburn was something else. But when they poured her out, she was perfect. Like, nothing was wrong. Nothing was wrong. She was perfect. She was beautiful and everything. Like, oh my God, just thinking about it now, going back to that day, make me want to shed a tear. She was so beautiful. But after they poured her out, they got her weight. We all had predicted what she would weigh. I predicted that she was going to be 7'9", and guess what? My baby was 7'9", 7 pounds, 9 ounces, 19 and a half inches, born at 10:25 a.m. Period. But Gary left me. After baby was here, he gone, went over there to his baby. I'm watching him and the baby and everybody else as they sewing me back up and put my organs back together. That took about 40 minutes. So they was like, we're going to send the baby with him, and then you'll be in there once we done with you. So he left me. Goodbye. He gone, took his daughter. He was done with me after that. And I was laying there for another 40 minutes while they sewed me up, which I don't know why it took so freaking long. And then I was bored. 40 minutes sitting there just getting sewed up. Finally reeling me in there with her. And when I tell y'all, I was tired. I didn't even want to. I wanted to hold her, but I didn't because I was so tired. I told Gary, I was like, don't let nobody hold my baby. And I turned over and went to sleep. Because I was like, I want to be the first to hold my daughter. I didn't get to hold her at all. Like, they put her next to me, but my arms was like taped to the bed like this, so I didn't get to hold her at all. So I was like, I don't want nobody holding her before her mother holds her. So he was like, all right. They end up they left me in recovery for a minute, but I was asleep, so I don't even remember them rolling me to my room or nothing. When I woke up, Gary had the baby in his arms and on the chair, and I was knocked out. So when I finally got up, they had me do skin to skin. They had already had him do skin to skin. They had me do skin to skin, and then I practiced breastfeeding her, and that was it. I'm not going to tell y'all about recovering from my C-section in this video. I'm going to tell y'all the C-section pain and recovery and all that in my next video, in my next story time. But I hope y'all like my labor and delivery video and how I got pregnant. If y'all want to see more videos like this, just comment down below what y'all want to see. And don't forget to like, share, and comment, and subscribe. Don't be forgetting to subscribe. Back, and I'll see y'all in my next video.